Well, I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You have to be very excited about the response to the album.
It's incredible. I'm shocked, honestly. It's been really good. People are receiving it really well, and so I'm really happy about it.
Upon listening to it the first time, the first thing I thought of is when I watched The Matrix, there's a part where Neo transforms the other side, and the guy says, "Hang on tight, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye." I really think this comes off as the greatest hits album, and it's going to do very well for you.
Thank you so much.
How long did it take to get everything together? How long did it take to write the material?
We started in November 2022,
Wow.
so it was a long process. It was definitely mostly my fault because it took me about a year to get the actual vocals down.
Wow.
Yeah, so it wasn't ideal, but it got done.
And you have such an amazing backup band behind you. How did you
Yes.
get the artists together?
So I met Joel Hoekstra at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp when I was working there as their like logistics coordinator, project manager kind of thing. And he was a counselor, and I showed him the demo to actually what is Medusa on
Wow.
on my album. And he was like, "You just need 11 of these and you could get a record deal." And so I was like, "Will you help me with that?"
Mhm.
And so Joel brought in Chris Collier, and then from there we got Steve Ferlazzo, and Joel also brought in Chloe. So mostly Joel figured out like who would be the backing band. Frontiers had some say in it, but I think it was mostly Joel's like decision.
Joel's such an amazing guy. Every time I talk to him, he's running around doing 13 different things at once.
Yes,
It's just
yes,
amazing.
I'm amazed he had time to record his parts of the album. He was actually on tour with Accept in Germany when he did his recordings. So I'm super grateful to all of them because they're all very very busy people. Like Chris Collier works with Korn,
Yeah.
and like Steve Ferlazzo was on tour with Avril Lavigne. So they all took time out of their super busy schedules to record my album.
Mhm. And you've done some amazing videos with it as well. I wanted to ask you, how did it feel doing videos for the first time?
Oh my gosh, it was the best 2 weeks of my life. So I went out to LA. We had 6 shoot days, and every single one of them was incredible. We started easy. We started with the asylum scenes from I Am the Enemy,
Mm.
and that was, I guess, my first like real exposure to what it's like to make a music video. And the director Nick Giamenti, who is actually in a band of his own, he has My Ticket Home. They're doing really well too. So Nick Giamenti was incredible. He knew exactly what shots he wanted to get. He knew exactly like, okay, can I have you do this? And he would like show me exactly what he wanted. And it was really, really helpful because as someone who has, you know, severe anxiety, I was not exactly, I'm not great at improv. So
Mhm.
it really helped having him tell me, okay, this is the shot that I want. There was, eventually as I got into more shoot days, there was more experimentation, there was more improvisation, but mostly it was the director that really got it together.
And the album takes you on a journey with different phases. I wanted to ask you, your lyrical inspirations, are they based upon a lot of it based upon your life stories?
The vast majority are autobiographical, yes. The only ones that aren't about my life specifically are Medusa, Running Out of Time, and All Alone. Those are the only ones that are not based on my life.
And I wanted to ask you if you could speak on one of the tracks, which is Read Your Mind. It's my favorite track on the album.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, so Read Your Mind was actually one of those like magical tracks where, so it was the first of the new, as in not Medusa, tracks written for the album. It was an idea that Joel already had, and he brought it into me. And he already had the line, if I could read your mind for a day or two. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll keep that. And then I tried writing it over and over and over. I wrote like 6 different versions of it, hated all of them. And then on the day that I was slated to record it, I rewrote it in 20 minutes on the train ride to the studio and recorded that version. And it turned out to be the right one.
And now the album's out. What's the next step for you?
Well, so I'm trying to get together a live band. I definitely want to actually perform these songs. I am dying to get back on a stage. And I also am in the middle of writing what could be another album. So,
Wow.
yeah. I have all the lyrics down for what could be the second album. And I think, I maybe am rushing into it a little bit because, this one just came out and I already have all of the lyrics to another one. But
That's okay because you need enough material to tour off of.
yes, yes. And, when I write lyrics, it's usually processing something. It's usually like trying to understand something going on in my own mind or going on in my life. And so I just had a lot of material to work with.
Mhm. And I read somewhere that you came from a musical family.
Yes.
How was it
Yes.
like growing up in a musical family for you?
It was really cool. I went to like all of my dad's gigs, or at least all of the ones that allowed people under the age of 21 at the time, and I loved watching him play. I thought my dad was a rock star. He did bass and vocals, and he actually was a rhythm guitarist and frontman for like family band. It was like my dad, my mom, my uncle, my other uncle, and my dad's best friend from high school.
Oh, wow.
And they had this like summer band that was my favorite thing to go see. And that just like really inspired me to want to be on a stage. Like my dad was a great frontman. They don't play anymore very much, but you know, it was good inspiration.
And I wanted to ask you as well, as now that the album's out, what's the best way to get a hold of a physical copy and any merchandise that you have?
So that's through the Frontiers website. It is linked on my website, austenstarr.com, AUSTENSTARR.com. When you click the shop button, it'll take you right to the Frontiers website. So that's the best way to get a copy. A lot of people have been asking about signed copies, which the Frontiers guys didn't have me do. So if someone wants a signed copy, they can send a self-addressed envelope down to me, and I will sign it and send it off. So
And lastly, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what message would you give them?
thank you for counting as a fan. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had fans. And thank you for listening to a brand new artist on the scene and giving me a chance and letting me just like pour out my life just on these 11 tracks, or well, 8 of the 11 tracks. And just, it's amazing how well received it's been. I'm really happy with it because, for someone who is coming onto the scene brand new, completely unknown, and getting like 50,000 views on my first ever music video, that's wild. So thank you to everyone who's listening. Thank you to everyone who's watching the videos. Thank you to just everyone involved in the project. I'm just so grateful.
Well, I wanted to take a moment to thank you for creating an album that I enjoyed from top to bottom. When I first heard it,
Good.
my head was just blown because I was like, man, I can't believe this is the first album and it's already something that as soon as I heard it, I was like, man, this is going to get airplay. This is going to do all the right things. And I couldn't wait to speak with you about it.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I mean, working with, Joel Hoekstra, Chris Collier, Steve Ferlazzo, Chloe Lowry, like, of course it's going to sound incredible, right? So,
Right.
so I was really, really fortunate to be able to work with all of them. I was really, really lucky that they were willing to give their time to a brand new artist. So,
Yeah, I think, when I interviewed Joel last time, it just amazes me every time I interview him because it seems like when you think he's run out of styles, he comes up with something new. And he's just so creative. And then, like I told you, every time I talk to him, it's like, well, I'm going here today, there tomorrow. I'm with this band today, that band tomorrow. And I'm like, how do you keep it all together?
yeah, I mean, it's unreal. I mean, his bio is incredible. Like his resume, like
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable. All of those credits, and he took a chance on my stuff, which is really amazing. And I'm so grateful to Joel for everything he did, for co-writing, to playing on the album, to producing, to, being in the actual videos. He's in all four
Yeah.
videos, just kind of like incognito because his hair is pulled back.
Right.
But, and that became a whole big thing. Like people were like, outraged that they thought he cut his hair. And that was actually really funny. That was so unexpected that, like he changed his look for a couple of days just to do these videos, and for whatever reason the fans went nuts. They
Yeah.
were like so mad. So whoops, but
But I think that's a testament to his working with you is a testament to how good your material is. And and I can't wait to see what lies ahead for you.
thank you so much.
Thank you again for taking time to speak with me. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to everyone who has, asked me any questions about the album, because I just, as someone who is relatively insane, uh, I didn't think that like anyone would listen to this album. I didn't think that this album would go anywhere, and suddenly it's on all these like international press outlets, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like people in France really seem to like me, and that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, heck yeah. And I think it's gonna be take that route because like I say, when I listen to material, it's so not only is it catchy, but it's also just pleasing to the sound. And I think it can resonate on all different levels. It's not just for one community or another community. It's just great music. And that's the kind of music that'll stand out and last forever.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you again. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Good luck in the blizzard.
All right. Thank you. Cheers.